Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a flight attendant on a layover? Yes, you did. So join me today as I spend the day in Guyana on a layover for work, and I'll walk you through my typical day and everything that I do to stay healthy while I travel. Being a flight attendant can seem like a very glamorous job, and at times it is. But today I'm going to take you behind the scenes to show you what it's like once we get off of that plane and onto the layover. Good morning. Welcome to Guyana. So we got here really late last night, so it's actually really not morning anymore. It's more like it's 12 p.m. But Guyana is an hour ahead on time from my time zone, which is Eastern, so I'm gonna still call this morning. That's okay. There's so much sunlight in this room. I love it. It's a nice view. So even though every layover is a little bit different, I do have a general morning routine that I follow. So when I first wake up in the morning, I always take Armour Thyroid. I have Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune thyroid condition. And so you're supposed to take it on an empty stomach. So that's always the first thing that I do. This is very important. I have in here that lives in my suitcase. Ta-da! It's a Hot Logic mini oven. So this is otherwise known as a flight attendant oven. Very, very important. Every flight attendant that I know has one of these. This is what I'm going to use to warm up my breakfast. So I have this gluten-free banana bread that I made ahead and I brought it with me. So we're going to warm it up. Who doesn't love warm banana bread? So it comes really compact, which is awesome. And I'm just going to unravel the cord and plug it in. And then we'll sit. So when you open this, it's really cool because you see there's this hot plate inside. And that's what's gonna warm up the food. So now we just have to wait a little bit. And then I'm going to put in my food to warm up. Okay, now so for the most important part, are you ready for it? Coffee. So I have this nice little coffee station in my room and this little Nespresso type of coffee machine. I love this kind of coffee. I love espresso. So just gonna start out with the capsules. And then they gave me nicely a bottle of water to use for the coffee. When I'm in a new country and I'm not sure about the water, I do like to use bottled water just in case to make the coffee. And it's coffee time. Is there anything like that first cup of coffee in the morning? I try to drink coffee in moderation. I do drink coffee in moderation, but I love a good cup of coffee. Now the banana bread is ready. Oh my goodness, I love warm banana bread. Now it's actually hot banana bread, even better. So I'm gonna go downstairs in a little bit to get some sunshine. That's really important to me to do on layovers whenever I can, especially if I'm in a warm place, because a lot of flight attendants do not get enough vitamin D since we have weird schedules and we're on planes all the time. So before I head down, I'm gonna just do some skincare. So I like to use this in the morning. This is Mad Hippie Vitamin C Serum, and I just use it as a base before I put on my moisturizer. So I kind of skip around with moisturizers, but the one that I've been having in my bag lately is Kiehl's. It's just the Ultra Facial Moisturizer. I like it because it's light but moisturizing. So it's important to moisturize anyway, but especially for a flight attendant because the air on the plane is so drying. So I make moisturizing a huge point. Luckily, I have naturally oily skin, so that also helps, but I also need to help it out a bit. So this is one of my favorite things. I use a CC cream by It Cosmetics. This is something I really like a lot. It does have serum and moisturizer in it already, but I still like to put some underneath. However, if I'm in a hurry and I don't have time for all the steps because I am a mom to a 6-year-old, then I know that I can just use this by itself if I need to. And it has amazing sun protection. It has like 50 SPF. So that is really helpful because I'm going to go down in the sun in a minute and I want to make sure that I'm protected. I also have mild rosacea, so this is a just nice thing to even out everything and make my face match the rest of my body. And it's just such an easy thing to put on. Even if I don't put any other makeup on, it just makes me feel very pulled together. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of powder on top so I'm not super shiny. I use this really old school powder, Coty Airspun. I don't know, I just like it. It's nice, it's light, easy. So I pack it with the little powder puff it comes with, really just so the powder doesn't go everywhere. And then that's it, ready to go downstairs. So I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on later. Right now, just hanging out here, but then later on when it gets closer to leaving for the flight, then I'll put on my flight attendant makeup. So I'm going to head downstairs to the pool right now just to get a little bit of sun, not too long, just like 15-20 minutes. So the hours between 12 to 2 p.m. are considered the optimal time for us to absorb vitamin D directly from the sunshine. So those are also hours that could be burning hours. So I'm not gonna stay out too long, 15 to 20 minutes max, and that will be the perfect amount of time to absorb vitamin D, which is so crucial for our well-being. It's amazing for our immune system, for our sense of happiness and well-being, there's a lot of benefits to vitamin D. So let's head down to the pool. So I'm going to just take in a little bit of sun now. I'm not going to lie to you, I do love the feeling of the sun on me. However, I also know how important it is to take it in moderation. So I am going to time this. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes and now it's time to get up. Do I have towel face? And I'm going to head back up to the room. So now I'm going to head over to the gym, which is in the hotel, for a quick workout. I pretty much always have workout clothes in my suitcase. I kind of pre-pack a lot of things, just makes life a lot easier. So this is the gym. So I'm back from the gym, had a nice shower. As you can see, it's getting dark outside already. So I was planning to warm up a meal that I brought with me for dinner, and I was excited. I was gonna use my little flight attendant oven again, and I realized I messed up. So I was so tired last night when we got in because it was really late. It was like midnight or so, and it had been a long trip. I forgot to take my little meal that I packed out of the tote. So it was all night outside of the fridge, and now unfortunately I'm gonna have to throw it away. So it kills me to throw away food, good food that I cooked. But you know what? It's not worth the stomach problems that it might cause. Just trying to save it. So luckily I got a text from my coworker inviting me to dinner. So my coworker has access to a VIP lounge that they have in the hotel, and they have dinner there. So off I go. On my way now to meet her for dinner. So Guyanese food is really good. Guyana has a huge Indian population, and over many years there's been a lot of Indian influence. So the food is kind of a fusion of Indian and Caribbean cuisine, and it's really delicious. And what's really nice is this lounge offers really traditional, typical Guyanese food with a lot of local dishes. Cheers! So I'm back from dinner now, and now I'm going to take my vitamins. So I always carry my vitamins with me, and I carry them in this little purse because it's very cute, and then I can also use it as a purse for my layovers. So I keep all the vitamins here in these little baggies, and I label them. So see, like vitamin C. It makes it so much easier. Then I know exactly what I have, and I just keep refilling them. This is B complex. I just keep refilling them as I go. And then I just have this little purse. This purse, I got it, I think it was Marshall's. It was somewhere on sale. It was just like a cute little thing, but it fit perfectly. So now I'm going to start getting myself ready for work tonight. I'm going to put on my flight attendant makeup. So I already have on a little bit of makeup on for earlier. Before I went to dinner, I put on a little bit of mascara, and now I'm just gonna do some finishing touches. So I'm gonna start out by adding an eyeshadow primer. I love this. This is just Milani. You can get it at drugstores, but it's great, it really works. I just take a little dab of it. You don't need a lot, just a little pea size. And I just rub it all over my eyelid, especially in the crease area, because that's where it's gonna show up a little more. I have oily skin and oily eyelids, so I definitely need this, especially for a long flight. And then this is just going to keep everything nice. Any eyeshadow that I use, any mascara, any eyeliner, it's just gonna keep it from creasing, and it's gonna keep it looking fresh for the whole flight. So, I like to use this under the eyes. I don't even remember what brand it is. I think it's a brand that, oh, it's Becca. It went out of business, sadly, so I got the last few that were available. I'm still looking for a replacement to this, because I do get some dark circles under my eyes. So this is just like a little brightening cream. It's amazing. So I just dab a little bit in the corners of my eyes, and then just a little bit on the circles themselves. So the nice thing with this is it works really quickly, and you don't really have to use a lot. And then from there, I set it. This is Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and it's actually a white powder, you can see, but it doesn't show up that way. So I just take this little brush. It's just a little brush I bought. I think this is just a brush from Target, Sonia Kashuk. And then I just dab it over the concealer that I put under my eyes. And again, a little goes a long way. I'm just gonna add a little bit more powder just to freshen it up a little bit. So then I have a MAC palette, as you can see. I'm almost out. And I just have a lighter color and then a taupe color. I have a little brush here, and I'm just going to dab on a little bit of a light color, put it all over. And then I will use the other end of the brush. As you can see here, it's, you know, the other end is a little bit sharper, and I'm just going to dip it in the darker color and put it around the very edge, just close to the base of the lash. And then another thing that I like to do, I like to also add it just a little bit right under here. Because it's not that dark of a color, it's called Satin Taupe, I've been using it for years. It's really nice just under the lash line. I don't know why it is, but whenever I apply makeup, I feel like I need to open my mouth. Anybody else? I have this eyeliner that I love from Glossier. It's just a liquid black eyeliner. I just use a little bit, just gently lining in the corners. A little goes a long way. And then I have another product from Glossier that I love. You can't even read it anymore. I use it so much. It's called Boy Brow. It's a really popular product of theirs. And I just do that to just make my eyebrows just look a little polished. And then of course more mascara. Can't have too much, right? So I use a really cheap mascara. I use CoverGirl Lash Blast. What I like about this is that I can do multiple layers of it. So if you want just a little bit, you just do one layer. That's what I did earlier. And now I'm going to do again another layer for a little bit more lash. So I always start first brushing down as I close the eye, and then I kind of blink up into it. I think I learned that trick from a makeup artist on a set once. Not sure. And then I'm gonna add just a little bit of blush. I don't like to overdo it with that. This is NARS Orgasm Blush. You know, can't go wrong with that name, right? So I'm just gonna add a little bit I always blow it first and just gently put it in the corners. And then usually I like to kind of just soften it a little bit with my bigger brush. And then this isn't makeup, but it makes me happy. This is a little roll-on perfume. I got this on Etsy, and this is an essential oil version of a diptyque perfume called Filosóficos. I love it. I'm addicted to the smell. It smells like fresh figs. I love it. I love it. So I just roll on a little bit of it, and it just makes me feel like nice and fresh. It's just like a fresh, clean, happy smell. And then I smell nice and fresh for the flight. And these roll-on perfumes are so great when you travel. Even when I travel for vacation with my family, this is the perfume I bring. You know, no one wants to worry about glass bottles breaking. There's all the liquids restrictions. So the nice thing about this is tiny. It's really not breakable. It's an essential oil, so it's actually good for you. You know, sometimes perfumes can have some questionable ingredients, but this is actually good for you. And it just fits nicely into my makeup bag. Okay, so now I'm done with makeup. I'll add on a little lip gloss later at the end. Now I'm going to put my uniform on, and then I will do something with my hair. So now I'm in my uniform, ta-da! And I need to do something with my hair. So I went to the gym earlier, and I took a nice shower afterwards, but I purposely didn't wash my hair. Why? Because I knew I was going to need to put it up for tonight, and it's actually going to stay better if it's just a little bit greasy. Just a little pro tip, don't wash your hair. So I think I'm gonna keep it simple tonight. I'm working a red eye, which means I'm flying through the night. Most people are gonna be asleep, but not me. And so I think I'm going to just do a nice ponytail. Sometimes I'll tease it in the back on the top, just a little bit of volume, but I'm not going to go crazy with it. So I'm just gonna do a very simple ponytail. At my airline, we are allowed to have a ponytail instead of a bun. Some days I do a bun, some days it's a ponytail day. Okay, so now ponytail is done. Just nice, simple, clean. I did forget to replenish my hairspray. So usually I have all my cosmetics pre-packed to go with me. I have a set of pretty much 2 of everything. So products that I use at home, I have the double that's already packed. That way it just makes life so much easier. But sometimes I run out of things. What I usually do is I keep a little checklist in the notes section on my phone. And when I notice I'm out of something, I make a note to myself, replenish this for the next trip. Apparently I forgot to do that with hairspray, so no hairspray today. Hence, greasy hair was a good idea. However, bobby pins are your friends. And now I'm ready to fly. So you remember that cute organizer I showed you earlier, the one that hangs on the shower or a hook? So I'm gonna show you how cute this is when it's folded up. So see, here it is. And now I'm just going to fold it up. It's cute because the little hook goes in here. And then it just folds up like this. And look how cute this is. You can fit so much in here. So this is how I like to pack. I use these little cubes for everything. Makes everything so much more organized. I'll have like my clothes for the layover in one cube, my underwear, pajamas, deodorant in another little cube, and then I'll have another cube for my workout clothes. I'll have shoes underneath already in bags to keep everything nice and clean. And I'm going to fit this in on top as well. You can fit a million things in this suitcase. So this is how I pack. It just helps me keep everything nice and organized. See, and now everything is nice and packed in and we're ready to close. Okay, so now my luggage is ready to go. As you can see, it's a lot. Thanks for joining me today. So every layover is a little bit different, and every flight attendant is going to have a slightly different routine for their layovers. So today was a somewhat long layover, so that's how I spent the time. Short layovers, obviously you can't do as many things, but I try to keep the same healthy routines as much as possible. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about anything flight attendant life, staying healthy while traveling, let me know. And if you liked this video, and even if you didn't, please give it a like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Thanks guys, and I'll see you soon.